My boss, 15, expects me to work on weekends without pay, calling it staying ahead. I, 23, have been working at a local restaurant for about 6 months now. I got the job because I was desperate for money and this place was hiring. I get paid minimum wage, $8 an hour, but I usually work more than 30 hours a week, which makes my average take-home pay around $400–500. That's not bad considering where I live, rural area with no major jobs available. My boss is 50 years old, married with 2 kids, and he doesn't have any problems telling us that we are just people who can't afford his lifestyle, so they should shut up and accept it. He has a bunch of employees like me who are underpaid and overworked. The problem comes from the fact that he insists that everyone works on weekends even if it isn't busy or if we have schoolwork. We aren't paid overtime here. No OT, no holiday pay, nothing. So technically speaking, it's illegal for him to make us work on weekends without paying us. But he doesn't care about the law. As long as we show up, he pays us. If we don't, then he gets mad at us and threatens to fire us because apparently there is no one else stupid enough to work for him for peanuts. It's really messed up. He thinks that just because we don't have families like him, we don't need days off. He says we're all adults and should be able to handle whatever he throws our way. So last weekend I showed up to work on Saturday morning to find out that no one else had shown up. I thought maybe it was a mistake, but after a while I realized that no one was coming in. I was there alone until 5 p.m., and when I called my boss to ask why no one had shown up, he told me to get back to work and not waste my time doing something useless. I asked him if anyone else would be showing up, and he said no, but he expected me to stay there anyway. He said that staying ahead was important, and since no one else was there, it was my responsibility to stay behind and make sure everything ran smoothly. I didn't want to deal with this anymore, so I left. When I came into work the next day, he was furious that I hadn't stayed behind and worked alone the entire night. He yelled at me for being unprofessional and irresponsible, saying that this was unacceptable behavior. He threatened to call my parents and tell them how much of a loser I am, and if that didn't scare me into getting back to work, he would do it. But I knew I wasn't going to change anything by staying, so I quit. He was livid. He shouted at me, telling me how I could never expect to go anywhere in life if I couldn't handle a little hard work and dedication. I told him that if I wanted to dedicate my life to someone who treats me like dirt, I'd work for free. And with that, I walked out and went straight to the union office to file a complaint against him. They told me that what I described sounded like a classic case of exploitation and that I deserved better. I am waiting to hear back about whether they'll take it on, but for now I'm pretty proud of myself for standing up to him. I know I'm not going to win any awards for Employee of the Month anytime soon, but at least I've taken a stand.